Welcome to College Station, Texas, and Kyle Field, home of the 12th man, and ready to cheer on the Texas A&M Aggies. This is the type of early season game you look forward to, an opportunity to make a statement in a top 10 showdown. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Clemson Tigers taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Campbell. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. A first down for the offense. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are. When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
Still on his feet. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to him. People like to say conference affiliation doesn't matter. But you get the SEC against the Big Ten, and there's no denying there's a little extra juice in the building.
Definitely extra juice. The best 2 conferences, the biggest conferences, Palmer. Everybody talks about these being the power brokers and deciding the future of college football. So, yes, it matters.
A lot of blue bloods in both conferences, David, you're right. I think it's something players are also very aware of, too, is having that conference pride, wanting to win this game, representing the rest of the teams in their conference.
This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Pulls it in. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Coming after him. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. A little release to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. Looking to pass. It's Wegman. Buying some time. Fires to the middle. Complete downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Yeah, and you see some quarterbacks who hesitate to throw the ball in the middle. I love it when you attack the whole field. And the middle of the field and being able to throw over linebackers and between safeties is a big skill, but show that defense. You will attack everything.
A little screen to the running back. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball on 2nd and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause, and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable 3rd down situation. Good call. So, tough spot to be in 2nd and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard. Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Throws to the tight end. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
And sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion, like they'll throw it right now. And they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. To the air, it's Klubnik. Pocket starts to collapse. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Running it back, it's Campbell. And they'll get downfield and make the tackle right at the 16-yard line. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Fast motion from the offense. On second down, he's looking downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trusting your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. He's out of bounds at the 9-yard line. The pick, the return, and the offense will be threatening.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
Ooh, and I love the running back here, running into the blitz. He saw the extra defender. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make a miss. That was a good play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
They believe in their running game on 3rd and goal here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And he's made one already, and this one ought to be cake from 21 yards out. He got it. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. App State overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Mountaineers tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man quickly. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Aggie! And once he got loose, it was all over.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of pride in execution, and they feel like they should have scored a touchdown every single drive. So while it's been good, not great, David, just execute a little bit better, and they can put this one in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think you point that out. We went all the way down the field on 2 of our first 3 drives and got field goals. Now, just a little better execution. That field starts to string, and it gets a little bit more difficult.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. trying to get to him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on third down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. Fourth down, baby.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He's inside the 15. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Back to pass, it's Wegman. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
3rd and short from the 22. Getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got his man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Aggie.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. To the the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking for a man. It's Klubnik. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
I like how this offense throws to their running backs in different areas of the field. It's not always going to be to the perimeter. It's not always going to be screens, but they can attack the middle of the field, too, using these angle routes. Nice play call.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Fires to the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
Man, these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. This is a short kick, but the problem is the angle. That is no good. Boy, they could have used that field goal to draw a little closer, but still an 8-point game. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Going up top on first down. Looking to buy time. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Ball in the air, intercepted. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
A little surprising that they didn't go for 2, but they're still down by a point. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Aggies will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Gets it out quickly. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive. Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Texas A&M has it back on the offense, ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Runs through a tackle. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Texas A&M ready to go with another 1st down. He's going to pass. Quarterback extends the play. Uncorks one to the middle. And he's got it! Touchdown, Texas A&M! Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Brown. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Eight-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Looking for space. It's Haynes. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down.
All right, defense. That's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. To throw, it's Klubnik. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. Inside the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Texas A&M will line up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Oh, he's going to go for the return. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. The sure hands, it's Williams. It'll be a first down as he gets it to the 24-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football.
What a snag by the defense. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Aggie! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. TCU has just had no answers today. They are getting barbecued right now. This team simply does not look prepared, and at this level, you can't have that. They're trailing by 14 to Iowa State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Haynes. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. The RPO, it's complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Caught over the middle. It's Williams. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Texas A&M 35, Clemson 13.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Clemson.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. You saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's going for the big play. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
They want to just keep throwing it. He'll take another shot here. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. Powers through. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
He wants to throw. He looks that one in nicely. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Snagged in the middle, it's Campbell. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Ridiculous, take him out!
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside give. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed, that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Oh, what a move! Touchdown, Aggie! And the beatdown has ensued. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. And now the ball is knocked free. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Campbell. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
To the air. It's Wegman. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
It's a reverse. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Got it looking for a first. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. He'll pull it down, and he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. They're trying to get to it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle. They're down to the 32-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. At the 20, he's got space. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone, won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
And the extra point was good, but that only impacts the final margin. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and